Welcome. Welcome to my channel, Survivor Tips from Aunt Shirley. Thank you for listening. I'm so excited to be back. I had to leave for a minute. I didn't just quit on you. I had to go to California to see my daughter who was having surgery. And the Lord blessed her to just recover quite well. She's not recovering yet. She's in the process of recovering. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm back and I want to share my traveling tip with you. Things are changing at the airport and everywhere else around the world. And it's difficult traveling nowadays because people are unrest and you unrest. Nobody got the patient need help. But if you do the things that you could do for yourself, I think you'll be less traumatic. Traumatized, I think is the word I needed to use for them. But anyway, I was sailed there and I just not sail, I flew there and everything went well. It was quite a struggle through something, but if you just prepare, what I did, I prepared myself for traveling because I've done a lot of traveling in and out of the country over times. And I've been here almost 92 years. So, I've done a lot. I had a chance to do a lot. Some of you haven't lived that long, but I have. So let me share some of the things that I did to make my trip better for me. And I do think it's a safer way too. And if you learn that you need to prepare for it before you leave, get ready. Don't just jump up and fly and put a few things in that luggage and leave. You got to get ready so you can protect yourself. And what I did was I used this little pouch. You don't have to be this kind, but the flatter, the better. Let me put it where you can see. There you go. See if this pouch got almost half of me in there. I'm so excited that I got a flat one. And I want to tell you what I have in this pouch that make you feel good and protected and safer. The first thing I did, I got one that had this little, I think they all have that, the little window. And in this window, you're going to have excuse me, I'm just learning this stuff, so don't be impatient with me. You only need like 5 cards in there, and make sure that you don't put a card in the window with your name or your ID, anything. This is a card or something that's nothing to do with me. Somebody was trying, I don't know what it is, but it's nothing to do with me. And the reason I put it there, to cover up my credit card, cover up my license, cover up my health card, because you only need about 5 cards in here. That way, you always know what you need and you can reach and find it. So make sure that you have your 5 cards, and I just said what they were. And another, you need somewhere to put your phone. See, I put my phone in there. And I make sure, is that my phone? I make sure you put it where you can cover it. It snaps on. Because if you put it around here, because it's convenient, but it's not safe. You sit and sleep and your phone turn around, and that thing will fall out. It'll fall out here. I've lost one like that. I did find it, but you don't want to have that possibility. So put it where you can snap it in. And you can also use this side for your passport. It's bigger than the phone and it'll wedge in there safely. You're not going to turn over and have it to fall out. And you're going to put your boarding pass there too. Put your ticket, whatever your traveling documents, you can put it there because it's going to be tight enough. Won't be loose. It'll be tight enough to stay if you should check it around. Now you got those 5 things done. Now you got to have money, a place to put your money. And you use the front, use the back. Well, okay, make sure that you get one with a side zipper. And I think they all have that. See, this opens out. It opens out. When you put your money in there, just zip it back up. Make sure you zip it back up because it'll fall out. And I use both sides of money. I use the right side because I'm right-handed. And when I want to go into my pouch, I have my money separated. And I don't fold it together. I fold it separate. I stack it. Down at the bottom, you're going to have ones. And if you want to pull out, you just pull out one. If you pull out the whole stack, a stack where you put together, this will just be $1. And I put the 5 next to it. You want a 5? Look in there and pull out 1 5. The same with the 10s. You look in here, you pull out 1 10. You don't have to pull the whole stack out. You're not wanting everybody to know how many dollars you have in your wallet. Be safe. And there's a 20 up top. Place it and know where it is. See what I mean? Now, some of you may be walking around with 50s and 100s. Well, you got to do a little different with that. You don't want nobody to know you got all that money if you got it. So what you going to do? You're going to put the 50s. See, put your 50s in something. I don't care how many you got in there. Just put a 5 and this is 50s. And when you pull this out to get maybe a 50 you need, you bought something cost $50. You just going to pull out one. And the rest of them could stay in there. See, 150. Same thing with the hundreds. And nobody knows that you got all that money. Now, this is what you're going to carry on you. It's going to never leave you. You're always going to keep when you sleep. You sleep it in the bed with you. Never leave, because all your important papers in here and your money. Now, if you got other things that's important to you, have a little small flat wallet. Maybe you want to put some cards. Home Depot. You may be going to go to Costco when you get there. Well, you put that in that particular one. Because it leaves you. When you leave your purse hanging places, and you leave it sitting places, and put all your products like you go for your hygienic stuff. Get small one. Get the personal. If you want to take more, put that in a check-in. You don't want to pack all that stuff, and you try your best to make sure you don't get a big old bag like this. This serves two purposes. Number one, it's going to be things that you need. Because you're going to put this purse, it's going to hide this. It's going to hide this because you're going to put this on your side. And you can put your arm through it. And when you put your purse on, you put your purse on like this. And you see, it's going to cover your pouch. See how it's going to be? Now, who knows what this little string is, but if you can do it, get as close to your color. Don't get a red string or a string that's going to be noticeable. You see, who would notice that? And that's where all your goodies are, right here in this one. This is some things you have to have, and they snatched yours first. They're not going to get all of your main products. And I'm sorry for standing up there. I'm still learning this trick, but I want you to understand what I'm saying. And I hope you got something out of this. Now, you're just getting ready for it. Now, this is what the pouch is for. You only need 3. You need a carry-on purse and a check-in. So we talked about the pouch. Now let's go to the carry-on. You're going to also have the carry-on where you can reach in and get. Most time, if you're going to check your laptop or your magazines or a change of clothes, you do need to take a change of clothes, because sometimes the luggage get lost and you're stuck and had to go out and buy something. So have a change of clothes in there, all your meds, your medicine, because you don't want that to get lost in the luggage. You're going to keep that in there, and make sure that you have gloves, extra socks, and just your personal item that you just have to have every day. Then you go on to the carry-on. No, we did the carry-on. We got to now do the check-in. That's the big luggage that you check in. And now, what you're gonna do? You go out to the carousel, where they call it, the carousel where they check in. What do you call that? Well, anyway, where you pick up your luggage when you get off the plane. Now you're gonna prepare yourself for that before you leave. I was fortunate enough once to take 5 of my grandchildren to Disney World. Did you hear me say 5? That means I had to have 5 carry-ons for each one, and one of mine was 6. And I had 5 check-ins. I had all those, and that was a lot. And then I went to Costco and bought food to put in one of them, because I know I wasn't going to be able to buy all that snacks. They was going to be costing me too much. So I went out and bought so much stuff, a whole luggage full of snacks for them to have every day, because they were going to be there 7 days. Okay, so they know when they get ready to go, you fill your backpack with stuff from Costco, and that worked out fine. But with all them luggage, I didn't want to be around there waiting, trying to find it and figure out and see whose name on it. What I did was I went to Walmart and I bought a yard of cloth. I cut them. See that little size? And that's kind of odd color to me. So I figured I wanted to. And on the luggage, the top part, the bottom of the luggage, on each side, I gave them some Elmer glue, and they was told to glue that to the side. And every time you see me with love, you're going to see this. And I go to their house and I see these. I think you guys should use my luggage and bring them back. That's how I identified them. So when I got ready to go with those, seven luggage, the guy that was getting them off, he said, I'm not, I know here come yours because of this. It was, I still use this. When I went on the trip to see my daughter last week, I had to buy a new carry-on. I got my glue gun and I put it, even though I still sometimes just put it on all of them because I want to know my luggage and carry-on. You're going to keep that with you anyway, but I just still do it. And now my other luggage at the check-in, it was on there from other times I've gone, and it'll be on there next time I go somewhere. So those are things that will help you identify your things, and you won't have to be sitting around there looking and trying to see. You can, when you get a certain age, you don't see anywhere, but you can see this anywhere. So I hope that helps somebody. Now you've been on your trip. Now you got to come home. And most people now, like me, I use Uber or Lyft. And have you ever been to Lyft at the airport trying to go home? You go out there, they push your chair out there, and you see 1,000 people sitting there waiting. Where am I supposed to sit? How are they going to know where I am? So when I call Lyft, I use Lyft most time. When I call Lyft, the man says, not the whoever, because this lady driving too now. What I would say, I'll call them and they say, this is Mike. I'm in a Toyota. It's white. This is my license plate. Well, I got all this. I know who he is. I'm going to write down the license plate. I'm not going to look for nothing but a white Toyota. And then he'll text me back and says, I'm 9 minutes away. When he do that, you scroll down there and talk to your driver. Get a place for you to do that. And what you're going to do is tell your driver, I am sitting at whatever post you sit, because out at the lot there, they have about 5 or 6 lanes. Each lane is identified. The first lane is A lane. Next one B, next one C. And I got there. Somebody was in 1A. Somebody was in 2. So I stood here. This is open. I don't have to go way over there. Now I know this is open for me. I told the driver, I am at A3. He know what A3 is. He know where he have to come to get his fare. I'm sitting there, and I might even say I got on a black coat. I have a red hat on or whatever, so he don't have to be looking for me. A3 is going to always do it. But then I say I'm in a wheelchair. I made it easy for my driver because he already know who I am. I want him to find me. And he won't find me because he wanted salary. He wanted to get paid, and I want to go home. I hope that I've helped some of you ease the travel at the airport, especially with Uber and Lyft. And thank you for watching me today. I just hope that you learned some things. And like I said, I want to share as much as I can because I don't want to take nothing home with me that somebody else could use too. And I really enjoy talking to you. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll be back soon. Thank you for watching.